Hi everyone, it's Dr. Ramani. Welcome back to this YouTube channel on narcissism. If you're new to this channel, love to have you join this community. Just hit that subscribe button and that bell if you want notifications for the daily videos. So let's go back to our what it is and what it isn't series. Today we're going to take on future faking. Welcome back to our series on different important topics in narcissism and what they are and what they're not. Today we're going to talk about what is and what isn't future faking, right? Future faking is such a common pattern in narcissistic relationships and a really important one to understand. It entails making promises to change, promises about future events or future wants that the other person, you, in the relationship wants, with the goal of the narcissistic person keeping the relationship together or getting whatever they want from the other person in the relationship, or getting what they want now. So for example, if you were in a relationship with a narcissistic person, you said you want to get married and have children, and the other person said no, then you may end the relationship, right? But if the person said yes, but not for at least 2 years after I finish this or that, you may stay in the relationship on the basis of that promise. So then the 2 years will pass, and then the marriage and children will never happen because they decide to put it off again. They never really wanted it in the first place, but they wanted to keep you around. Let's say they want to spend some money now on something they want. They'll make you a deal that, I don't know, if they don't make their investment back in 6 months, then they'll give up this venture. But in those 6 months, then the money may be gone. Future faking may be made on the basis of time. In 3 years, we're going to do this. On 6 months, that we're going to do that. In a year, X or Y is going to happen. Or on the basis of, or after a certain event happens. Once I finish school, once I make partner, once this difficult time at work is done, once I retire. Future faking is also plausible. While in some cases, future faking may be grandiose, we're going to live in a 20-bedroom house and have a jet, but there's really no clear path forward to that. In most cases, the future faking is believable. We're going to get a house. I'm going to go into therapy. We're going to give everyone an extra 3 days of vacation time this month, or this year, if you can do extra work for less money now. Ultimately, future faking gets the future faker something now. You stay, you work for less money or no money, you do something they want you to do, you have sex with them, you loan them money. And future faking also keeps us stuck. If someone promises something plausible, we care about the person. We want to believe in them, we want to believe them, and we ourselves may be invested in a certain outcome with them. We may believe the fake. And when future faking happens early on, we don't know it's future faking. We just hear a promise and we want to believe that it's true. So we go with it. And the only way we know it's fake is that the amount of time had to have passed by, right? We're going to get engaged in 2 years. After the company goes public, in a year, you're all going to make a lot of money. We will go out to dinner next Saturday, but let's just stay home and have sex tonight. And the thing they promise never happens. But in the interim, they get to keep you around, get your work, and get laid. By then, you've waited and put in the time and may feel foolish or used. Then future faking can become a form of gaslighting. When you call them out, every time you say to them, hey, every time you say you're going to do something down the line, it never happens, they may come back with, are you really going to expect me to deliver on life with you on such a tight schedule? Is that what this is? Is our relationship just a delivery system? If you really love me, you would trust me and believe I'll make it happen. Or they'll say, therapy takes time. I can't change overnight. Won't you just support me as I do this? I thought you were much more loving than that. And then you fall for that. And you feel bad that you're trying to rush them through their process. So that's what it is, and you kind of knew that, right? So let's talk about what isn't future faking. I know some folks are worried that they're future faking because nobody can predict the future, right? So maybe even if you suggest something down the line, like, hey, how about we go to Hawaii next year, and it doesn't happen, you may worry that you're a future faker. It's not how it works. So first, future faking isn't about talking about the future in a hopeful way. It's not saying, wouldn't it be great if one day we had a nice house on a lake, or got to go on vacation to a certain place, or had a little baby girl? That's just thinking. That's almost daydreaming or wishing. Future faking is trying to entice something from someone else on the basis of a future promise. Just sharing daydreams is not future faking. It's saying, future faking is saying they're going to happen if the other person in the relationship just does something, or sticks around, or does what you want. That's what makes it future faking. Second, future faking is not about prediction or predicting something you or they hope to do. So if somebody says, I think I want to learn how to scuba dive, or I intend to meet with 2 literary agents within the year, or I have a feeling I might stay in this job for 5 more years. In these cases, the person is making a prediction for themselves, but it is not contingent on someone else or requiring something from someone else. The third thing that's not future faking is making a realistic assessment about how long something is going to take. If you say something like, it's going to take 3 years to finish building this house, it's going to take 10 years before I pay off this loan, in 12 years the children will no longer be in school in this town. Many times future faking is about unrealistic assessments of time. They'll say, we absolutely are going to get this house built within 6 months. You need to trust me. And as long as you do this or this or this, I know it'll get done in 6 months. So they get what they need from you, money or whatever. But predicting how long something will take in a realistic time frame, saying, for example, going to high school takes 4 years, that's not future faking. So fourth is, if a person has a believable plan to get to a goal, that also isn't future faking, especially if they take responsibility for it. It can't be that, like, if they say to you, if you do this and this and this, then I will magically start this new business in 6 months. That's not going to work, right? That's still future faking. But if you have a reasoned approach and somebody's taking responsibility, then and they have a plan forward, that's not future faking. A fifth thing that's not future faking is if someone, is putting something off or suggesting something you want is down the road. If you give them what they want now, that there is first the acknowledgement that the future event is important to you, and second, a plausible connection between what is being asked of you now and the attainment of the future event. So that's not future faking. But if they say to you, you just need to be working and making money so I can start my new screenwriting career, and then after I get my first produced film and win an Oscar, then you can go back to school, that's future faking. But if saying, like, listen, if for the next year you can do this, and we can save this much money, then that, and it seems plausible and they understand it's a sacrifice for you, again, probably not future faking. So the best way to remember it is probably this simple formula. Future faking, they want something. To get it, they make a future promise about something that you want, but it won't happen until down the line. They engage in this behavior to get what they want now. That thing they promised down the line almost never happens, or happens rarely. If you question them, they doubt your commitment or call you demanding. And the thing that they're promising is plausible. Those are sort of the ingredients of future faking. All of this can set people up to be stuck for years. And then there are always the twists. You may be in a situation where it's half future faking, half not. That the first few times they say something's going to happen, it actually happens. But peppered in that is the times it doesn't happen. And then over time, more and more you see it's not going to happen. They promise the thing and it doesn't. That makes it hard because you're still going to look back on, but in the past they did this and they did that. That's why narcissistic relationships are so treacherous. They're very gray. It's not like every time they lied about the future. Enough times they didn't. And that confusion is what can often keep survivors stuck in a loop for a really long time. Thanks again.